I thought I was being a helpful husband. My wife's messages started auto-loading, and I saw, "I love you, T.O. from Jordan." The cruelest betrayals are often discovered during moments when you're trying to be the best version of yourself as a spouse. When your wife needs help with something technical and you immediately offer your assistance without hesitation, you think you're demonstrating the kind of support and partnership that strong marriages are built on. But when that act of helpfulness becomes the window through which you witness the systematic destruction of everything you believed about your relationship, you realize that being a good husband sometimes means accidentally discovering that you're not the only person receiving your wife's love. Modern relationships exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously: the physical world of shared homes and daily routines, and the digital world of constant communication and cloud-connected devices. When someone is conducting a secret relationship, they're essentially living parallel lives that can remain completely separate until technology accidentally creates a bridge between them. Auto-loading messages, synchronized accounts, and seamless device integration are designed to make our lives more convenient. But they can also become the mechanisms that expose the most devastating truths at the most unexpected moments. I'm Daniel, 32 years old, and I work as an operations manager for a logistics company in Nashville. My wife, Chloe, and I have been married for 5 years, together for 7. She's 29 and works as a pediatric nurse at the Children's Hospital. We live in a 2-bedroom apartment in a trendy neighborhood, share a passion for live music and weekend hiking, and what I genuinely believed was an exceptionally strong marriage built on mutual respect, shared goals, and deep emotional connection. Chloe and I had always been the kind of couple that friends described as relationship goals. We communicated openly about everything, supported each other's career ambitions, and maintained both independence and togetherness in ways that felt natural and sustainable. We never had major trust issues, rarely fought about significant problems, and generally seemed to navigate the challenges of married life with more success than most couples we knew. Over the past few months, I had noticed that Chloe seemed more energetic and enthusiastic about life than usual. She'd started taking better care of herself physically, had been more interested in trying new activities and restaurants, and seemed to approach each day with a level of excitement that I attributed to some positive changes in her work environment and personal growth. "You seem really happy lately," I'd mentioned to Chloe a few weeks earlier while we were cooking dinner together. "Work must be going really well." "Yeah, I love what I'm doing right now," she'd replied with genuine enthusiasm. "I feel like I'm in a really good place personally and professionally." Last Thursday evening, Chloe was preparing to leave for what she described as a nursing continuing education seminar that was being held at a hotel conference center across town. She'd been attending these professional development sessions regularly over the past several months, usually in the evenings or on weekends, to maintain her nursing certification and stay current with pediatric care practices. "My phone is being completely useless," Chloe said as she was getting her things together. "It keeps freezing and won't load my messages properly. Can I use yours to check the seminar details and let my study group know I'm on my way?" Without any hesitation, I handed her my iPhone. We'd shared devices countless times over the years, and neither of us had ever been secretive or protective about our phones, computers, or digital accounts. Trust and transparency had always been foundational elements of our relationship. "Thanks, babe," Chloe said, taking my phone. "I just need to log into my accounts and send a few quick messages. This should only take a minute." Chloe took my phone into the bedroom while she finished getting ready. I continued watching the news in the living room, expecting her to return my device and leave for her seminar within a few minutes. About 2 minutes later, I heard what sounded like a sharp intake of breath from the bedroom, followed by complete silence. The sudden quiet felt unusual, given that Chloe had been moving around and gathering her things just moments before. "Everything okay in there?" I called out. "Yeah, just having some technical issues," Chloe replied, but her voice sounded strained and different from her usual tone. A minute later, Chloe appeared in the doorway between the bedroom and living room, holding my phone with both hands and staring at the screen with an expression I'd never seen on her face before. She looked terrified. "Daniel," she said, her voice barely audible, "I need to talk to you about something." The change in her demeanor was so dramatic and immediate that I knew whatever had happened with my phone was serious. She walked over to the couch and sat down next to me, still clutching my device, clearly struggling to find words. "What's wrong?" I asked, genuinely concerned that there had been some kind of emergency with her family or work. When I logged into my messaging accounts, Chloe began slowly, They started auto-loading to your phone. Some conversations appeared that I need to explain to you. My stomach immediately dropped. The way Chloe was speaking, combined with her obvious distress and the fact that she was holding my phone like it contained evidence of something terrible, made it clear that whatever had synchronized to my device was something she'd never intended for me to see. What kind of conversations? I asked, though I was starting to understand that I probably didn't want to know the answer. Chloe handed me my phone without making eye contact. On the screen, I could see her messaging app was open with several conversation threads visible. The most active thread was with someone named Jordan and contained messages that were immediately recognizable as intimate communication between people in a romantic relationship. The most recent message, which was what Chloe had been staring at when she realized what had happened, was from Jordan. "I love you, beautiful. Can't wait to see you tonight." And Chloe's response, which had been sent just hours earlier, "I love you too. These seminars are the only thing getting me through the week lately." I stared at my phone screen, reading text messages between my wife and someone else that revealed a relationship I'd had no knowledge of. The phrase, "I love you too," words I heard from Chloe regularly and treasured as expressions of our commitment to each other, were being shared with someone named Jordan in the context of secret meetings disguised as professional development seminars. "How long?" I asked, not looking up from the phone. "For months," Chloe whispered. "It started when Jordan was hired as a traveling nurse consultant at the hospital. We were assigned to work together on some patient care protocols, and we connected in ways I hadn't expected." I scrolled through more of the message history that had auto-loaded to my phone. What I found was a comprehensive record of a relationship that had clearly progressed from professional collaboration to personal friendship to romantic involvement. Chloe had been meeting Jordan regularly, expressing deep feelings, and conducting what appeared to be a complete emotional and physical relationship alongside our marriage. "Being with you feels like coming alive," Chloe had written in a message from the previous week. "I didn't realize how much I'd been just going through the motions until I met you. You deserve to feel alive every day," Jordan had replied. "Not just when you're with me." "I know," Chloe had responded. "I've been thinking a lot about what that would look like." The messages revealed that Chloe's continuing education seminars have been cover stories for spending time with Jordan. They've been meeting at hotels, restaurants, and other locations while Chloe told me she was attending professional development sessions to advance her nursing career. "The seminar tonight isn't real, is it?" I asked, though I already knew the answer. "No," Chloe admitted, still unable to look at me directly. "I was planning to meet Jordan for dinner and to spend the evening together." The conversation that followed was the most painful of our marriage. Chloe explained that her relationship with Jordan had developed gradually over the 4 months they'd been working together. She'd been unable to address her feelings appropriately by either ending the inappropriate relationship or discussing her concerns about her marriage with me directly. "I didn't plan for this to happen," Chloe said through tears. "Jordan and I just had this immediate professional chemistry that evolved into personal connection, and before I knew it, I was in love with someone else while still being married to you." "In love," I repeated. "Chloe, you've been telling another person you love them and meeting them secretly for months. This isn't something that just happened. This is a complete relationship that you've been hiding while pretending to be committed to our marriage." The text messages that had auto-loaded to my phone showed that Chloe and Jordan had been discussing the complications of their situation and the possibility of Chloe making significant changes in her life to be with Jordan openly. Their relationship had progressed far beyond workplace attraction or emotional connection. They were planning a future together. "Have you thought more about what we discussed?" Jordan had written 2 weeks earlier. "About you making a decision about your situation? I think about it constantly," Chloe had replied. "I just don't know how to navigate this without destroying everyone's lives. Maybe some destruction is necessary for building something better," Jordan had responded. "You can't live 2 different lives forever." Over the following hours, I read through months of intimate communications between Chloe and Jordan that had automatically synchronized to my device when she'd logged into her accounts. They'd been sharing details about their daily lives, expressing love and desire for each other, making plans for secret meetings while Chloe maintained the pretense of being a dedicated, faithful wife. The most devastating messages were the ones where Chloe had discussed our marriage with Jordan and described feeling unfulfilled in a relationship she characterized as comfortable but passionless. She'd been sharing intimate details about our personal life with her lover and using our marriage as a point of comparison to justify her affair. "Daniel is a good person and we have a stable life together," Chloe had written, "but I feel like I've been sleepwalking sleepwalking through our relationship. With you, I feel passionate and excited about life in ways I'd forgotten were possible. You shouldn't have to settle for sleepwalking through your marriage, Jordan had replied. You deserve to feel that passion and excitement every day. The realization that Chloe had been characterizing our marriage as something she was settling for while conducting a passionate relationship with someone else was almost more painful than discovering the affair itself. I thought we had been building something meaningful together. She'd been treating our relationship as a baseline of acceptability while seeking fulfillment through a secret relationship she'd been prioritizing over our marriage. When I asked Chloe whether she wanted to try to save our marriage or pursue her relationship with Jordan, she initially claimed that having her messages accidentally exposed had made her realize how much she'd risked and that she wanted to end the affair and rebuild our relationship. I never wanted you to find out this way, she said. I never wanted to hurt you, and I certainly never wanted to lose our marriage over this. But the text messages I'd read showed that Chloe had been actively planning to leave our marriage, and that her distress was more about being caught than about genuinely wanting to recommit to our relationship. Based on your messages with Jordan about making a decision about your situation, I said, it seems like you've already decided what you want. You've been planning to leave me for Jordan, not figuring out how to strengthen our marriage. We attempted marriage counseling, but the sessions revealed that Chloe's affair had been facilitated by her fundamental dissatisfaction with what she perceived as the predictable nature of our relationship. Instead of discussing these concerns with me or working together to address problems in our marriage, she'd sought excitement and validation through a secret relationship that had become more important to her than our marriage. I felt like we'd become comfortable roommates instead of passionate partners, Chloe said during counseling. Meeting Jordan reminded me what it felt like to have someone be genuinely excited about spending time with me and discovering who I am as a person. The counselor helped us understand that long-term relationships require ongoing effort to maintain excitement and connection, but that conducting a secret affair while remaining married represents a fundamental breach of trust that's extremely difficult to repair, especially when the affair has progressed to the point of making plans to end a marriage. Despite weeks of counseling sessions, I couldn't rebuild confidence in someone who'd been systematically deceiving me for 4 months while conducting an intimate relationship with another person. The text messages had shown not just the affair itself, but Chloe's willingness to lie about her professional activities, use continuing education as cover for personal betrayal, and prioritize her secret relationship over our marriage while maintaining daily pretense of commitment and love. We separated 6 weeks later. Chloe moved out and, according to mutual friends, moved in with Jordan shortly afterward. Our divorce was finalized 3 months later. The experience taught me the most devastating betrayals can be exposed through the most well-intentioned acts of support. My willingness to help Chloe with her technical problems had seemed like the most natural expression of partnership and care, but the auto-loading process that occurred when she logged into her accounts revealed 4 months of systematic deception that had been hidden behind claims of professional development and career advancement. Looking back, I realized that Chloe's increased energy and enthusiasm during her affair, combined with her regular evening and weekend seminars, were signs that something significant was happening in her life that didn't involve our marriage. But because I trusted her completely and her explanations seemed professionally reasonable, I interpreted these changes as evidence of personal and career growth rather than evidence of a secret relationship. I'm in a relationship now with someone who values transparency about professional relationships and doesn't use career obligations as cover for personal activities. We've discussed the importance of addressing relationship concerns directly rather than seeking fulfillment outside our partnership, and we've established clear communication about workplace interactions and professional development activities. The most important lesson I learned is that technology creates both opportunities for deception and mechanisms for accidentally exposing that deception. Auto-loading messages, synchronized accounts, and cloud-based communications are designed to make our digital lives more seamless. They also create comprehensive records of our relationships and activities that can be accessed from any device where we log into our accounts. That Thursday evening, when I handed Chloe my phone to help her with technical problems, taught me that sometimes the most life-changing discoveries happen when you're trying to be the most supportive version of yourself as a spouse. My intention had been to help my wife handle a simple technical issue, but the auto-loading process revealed 4 months of lies and betrayal that had been hidden behind professional explanations and continuing education seminars. The phrase, "I love you too," that I saw on my phone screen wasn't meant for me, even though it appeared on my device through my wife's synchronized messages. Those 3 words that I treasured as expressions of Chloe's commitment to our marriage had become rooted routine responses to someone else's declarations of love, making me realize that the emotional intimacy I thought we shared had been diluted by her investment in another relationship that she'd been conducting in parallel to ours.